Hello everybody, and today back with another video. Alright guys, what can we say about today's matches? Djokovic and Alcaraz through to the quarterfinal. This is a two-man race, guys. This is a two-man show. Call it what you want. It is between these two beasts that this French Open is all about. It is one of these two who will win French Open, according to me. I've said it many times, and I'm saying this again. These two are the man to beat. These two are the man to beat. And I still hold Carlos Alcaraz as the slightest favorite, as my #1 favorite. I will not change my mind. He is sending a statement to the rest of the field, my tennis friends all around the world. He has had not the easiest draw. He has faced some some shot makers on the way. Shapovalov, he dismissed him in 3 straight sets in the third round. He now dismisses Lorenzo Musetti, who is a good clay court player, in 3 straight sets, 6-3, 6-2, 6-2. Musetti, who's by the way defeated him in a Hamburg final last year, and many of us believe that Carlos Alcaraz's first big test will be Musetti in the 4th round. I will be honest with you, my tennis friends all around the world, I didn't believe that Carlos Alcaraz will defeat Musetti this easy. I believed he will defeat Musetti, maybe in 3 close sets, but not in 3 not close sets, to say the least. He lost only 7 games, if I'm counting right. Yeah, only 7 games. Musetti is a really good clay court player who, by the way, has defeated Novak Djokovic earlier this year on clay in Monte Carlo. He did that and won all of his 3 matches in straight sets. He faces Carlos Alcaraz, bam! Carlos Alcaraz doesn't give him a chance. I don't know what to say, man. Carlos Alcaraz, he's sending the message, he's sending a statement to the rest of the field that I am the man to beat. I have won 3 clay court titles this year. Nobody has won more clay court titles than me this year in this 2023 season. And he out-hit Lorenzo Musetti. Lorenzo Musetti just couldn't sustain all that pressure that came from Carlos Alcaraz's racket. Carlos Alcaraz, he has the whole package. Forehand, backhand, net game, great hand skills, touch. He's a speed demon. Only thing I can complain a little, that is his serve. His serve is not the most powerful in the world, but he lands a lot of first serves in. He lands 73% first serves in. Carlos Alcaraz, that is a great number. Wins 77% behind his first serve. 77% behind his first serve. That is a great number. He won 48% behind his second serve. Also not a disaster number. Every time you are close to winning points behind his second serve, close to 50%, it is a great number according to me. He does 42 winners and 23 unforced errors. Carlos Alcaraz. So he does 19 more winners than unforced errors. That is a great number. That is just unbelievable stuff. He wins 99 points in total in the match. And he's great at the net as well, Carlos Alcaraz. He attacked the net 33 times and he wins 26 of those net approaches. That is 79% being successful at the net. He broke Lorenzo Musetti's serve 7 times out of 14 breakpoint opportunities. I don't know, flawless performance, I should say. And he even himself said after the match, it was a complete tennis match I did. I have nothing to complain. Carlos Alcaraz, man, he's so good, he's so complete. To be this young of an age and being so complete, man, he has some potential, this dude. He has some potential. It is only one player who has a chance against him. It is only one player. And you know who that player is. It is Novak Djokovic. Lorenzo Musetti, I don't know what he could do better, man. He could not hit through Carlos Alcaraz. It is not many who could hit through Carlos Alcaraz. Lorenzo Musetti, he lands 60% first serves in. That is too little. He needs to land higher percent first serves in to have a chance against a beast like Carlos Alcaraz. He wins only 51% behind his first serve. Only 51%. That will not do the job against Carlos Alcaraz. He wins 43% behind his second serve. So yeah, 43% is not a disaster number, winning points behind the second serve, but winning points behind the first serve only 51%. Compared with Carlos Alcaraz, who was winning 77% behind his first serve. There you have a huge difference. There you have a big difference. Why? Because Carlos Alcaraz was doing damage on the serve plus game. It is there. The key in tennis is doing damage on the third shot, on the fifth shot, and the seventh shot. The diamond shots of tennis. Third, fifth, and seventh shots. Carlos Alcaraz was dominating that part of the game. That's why Carlos Alcaraz was winning so many points behind his first serve, compared with Lorenzo Musetti, who was not even close in winning points behind his first serve as many times as successful as Carlos was winning. Carlos winning 77% of the points behind his first serve, Lorenzo Musetti only 51% winning points behind his first serve. And in the winner and unforced error department, Lorenzo Musetti didn't stand a chance. Lorenzo Musetti does only 17 winners and 23 unforced errors. So Lorenzo Musetti does 6 more unforced errors than winners. So they both do 73 unforced errors each, but the huge difference here is that Carlos Alcaraz was out-hitting Lorenzo Musetti with winners. Lorenzo Musetti with only 17 winners. Carlos Alcaraz was doing 25 more winners than Lorenzo Musetti. 25. Lorenzo Musetti, all in all, wins. Lorenzo Musetti broke Carlos' serve only 2 times. 2 out of 7 breakmanship opportunities that he had. Compared with Carlos, who broke Lorenzo Musetti's serve 7 times. Lorenzo Musetti in the entire match wins 66 points. So Carlos Alcaraz wins 33 more points than Lorenzo Musetti. This was never a contest. For me, Carlos Alcaraz is looking outrageous out there. Now he will face Stefan Tsitsipas, who won his match in 3 straight sets against Ofner, which was not a surprise. Ofner, of course, has nothing in his bag to come up against Tsitsipas. But Tsitsipas, huge challenge, test, and mountain to climb is Carlos Alcaraz. A mountain that I don't think Tsitsipas will climb. 4-love in the head-to-head. How will Tsitsipas come away with that weak backhand? Carlos Alcaraz will expose and will murder that weak backhand that Tsitsipas has. Tsitsipas' chance to defeat Carlos Alcaraz is if he serves huge. He needs to be over 75% first serves in to try to hold these service games and then take all the chances he has on the return games to try to break Carlos' serve. But I don't know. For me, this head-to-head between Carlos and Tsitsipas is all about that Carlos Alcaraz just completely kills Tsitsipas' backhand, and Carlos Alcaraz he has more power. He just can hit through. Look at Lorenzo Musetti, who is a shot maker. He couldn't hit through Carlos Alcaraz. He did only 17 winners, for God's sakes. And Carlos Alcaraz, he's lighting fast out there. He's lighting fast. You know, guys, I'd always believe that when the big 3 will retire, one has already done. Federer, Nadal is almost retired, and Djokovic is in his end of his career. He doesn't have many years left in his career. That the tennis will be dead. We will not have a new superstar. But Carlos Alcaraz is the new superstar. Will he be as good as the big three? I don't know, man. You never know. I don't think so, but he will definitely be a double-digit Grand Slam winner if he keeps himself healthy. For me, Carlos Alcaraz is still the man to beat at French Open. But a man to beat that is not impossible, and the only one who can do it, according to me, it is Djokovic. It requires a beast to take down another beast. For me, it is like the old lion versus the young lion if we see that match in the semifinal, which I really believe we will do. Djokovic didn't have any kind of a trouble against the journeyman Villarreal, or whatever his name is, and whatever that name is pronounced. I maybe are pronouncing it wrong. Villarreal, the journeyman who has won all his 3 matches at French Open in 5 sets, couldn't stand a chance at Djokovic. Djokovic won in 3 straight sets. This was never a test for Djokovic, we all knew this. Fokina gave Djokovic a more run for his money than Villarreal did, which was expected. We all know that Fokina, he has that power, he has that fitness, he has that speed, and he has that shot-making skills. All the things that Fokina had gave Djokovic a really run for his money, especially in the first 2 sets in the 3rd round. But this journeyman, he has done everything. All credit to him to make his journey this far. He has won all his 3 first matches in 5 sets. He could have lost. He could easily have lost one of those matches, but he didn't. He showed great fighting spirit. He showed great stamina. But against Djokovic, he just couldn't. Which was expected. He couldn't threat Djokovic. He just doesn't have the power. He just doesn't have the skills. He just doesn't have the stamina. He just doesn't have the belief. He just doesn't have the talent to take out a complete tennis player like Djokovic. He just couldn't, and that's why he didn't stand a chance. And Djokovic, all credit Djokovic, maybe this was Novak's best performance so far at French Open. Not maybe, it was Novak's best performance so far at French Open. He lands 80% first serves in. He barely missed any first serves. Unbelievable stuff. He wins 84% behind his first serve. That is unbelievable stuff as well. He wins 36% only behind his second serve. But didn't matter, you know why? Because he was. That is explainable why Novak didn't win more points behind his second serve. He didn't need to use his second serve because he was almost only landing first serves. Or what do you say? 80% landing first serves. That means that Novak almost never needed to use his second serve. And that's why he didn't win many points behind his second serve, only 36% in winning points behind his second serve for Novak, because he was not using his second serve so much. He broke Villar's serve 6 times out of 12 break match opportunities that he had, 50%, that is great. He does 35 winners and only 20 unforced errors, so Novak does 15 more winners and unforced errors, which is great stuff, really. And he was great at the net as well, Novak Djokovic. He attacked the net 17 times, and he won 15 of those net approaches. So almost perfect at the net from Novak's side. He wins 88 of the total points in the match. Villas, he tried his best. He lands 65% first serves in, which is not a bad number. Landing 65% first serves in it's a solid number, really, pretty good number. And he wins 53% when his first serve. There you have a huge difference. The same difference that we had between Alcaraz and Lorenzo Musetti. Djokovic wins 84% behind his first serve. Villarreal, he wins only 53% behind his first serve. Huge difference, because if you look on winning points behind second serve, Vilas actually did a better job than Djokovic. He won 44% behind his second serve, compared with Djokovic, who won only 36% behind his second serve. But you know the reason why, because Djokovic almost never needed his second serve, because he was landing so many first serves in. So there you have the reason why Villarreal won more points than his second serve, because Villarreal, he used his second serve much more than Djokovic, because Djokovic was landing so many first serves in, compared with Villarreal, who lands 65% of these first serves. So obviously Villarreal used his second serve more than Djokovic used his second serve. Anyway, Villarreal did a better job in winning points behind his second serve with 44%. And then he broke Novak's serve only one time out of 3 breakpoint opportunities that he had. And Villarreal, he does only 15 winners and 23 unforced errors. So he barely hit through Novak. Only 15 winners and 23 unforced errors. He does 8 more unforced errors than winners, compared with Novak, who did 15 more winners than unforced errors. And all in all, Villarreal, he wins in the match 54 points, compared with Novak, who won 88 points. So Novak wins 34 more points than Villarreal. So this was a one-way traffic victory for Novak Djokovic, exactly like it was for Carlos Alcaraz, a one-way traffic against Lorenzo Musetti. But I was more impressed from Alcaraz than I was from Djokovic. The reason why, because Alcaraz was facing a much tougher test. He was facing a much better opponent, who is 18 in the world ranking, Lorenzo Musetti. Villarreal, he's top 100 player, and who is 80-30 or 80-40. He's 80-40 or 80-50 or 80-60 in the world ranking, something like that. I know that he's on the 80th spot something in the world ranking, Villarreal. So let's be honest, Carlos Alcaraz had a tougher opponent in his fourth round than Djokovic had in his fourth round. So and even on the quarterfinal stage, Carlos Alcaraz has a tougher opponent in Tsitsipas. Even though Tsitsipas has never defeated Carlos Alcaraz, but it is Tsitsipas. It is not Karakhashanov. Karakhashanov has never played the Grand Slam final. Karakhashanov has never been 2 sets to love up in the Grand Slam final, like Tsitsipas has been at French Open 2 years ago against Djokovic. So, and Stefan Tsitsipas has won 2 Master 1000 titles on clay, both of those times at Monte Carlo. Karakhashanov has also won a Master 1000 title, but it was, first of all, it was not on clay. Second of all, it was 5 years ago in 2018, which, by the way, it was the only time that Karakhashanov has defeated Novak Djokovic out of 9 meetings. So the head-to-head is 8-1 to Djokovic against Karakhashanov. Guys, Karakhashanov will not defeat Novak Djokovic in that quarterfinal match. I will be shocked if he defeats Novak Djokovic. Djokovic has won all his 4 matches in straight sets. Carlos Alcaraz has won 3 out of 4 matches in straight sets. The only match where he didn't win in straight sets, Carlos Alcaraz, was against Dario Daniel in the second round. So both of these 2 heavy favorites at French Open are cruising through the draw, and we will most likely get that clash of the titans in the semi-final on Friday. And the winner of that semi-final, I truly believe, will be the winner of the French Open 2023. But I still have Carlos Alcaraz as my slightly favorite, which I have had in the beginning of the tournament, and I will not change my mind. And I still believe that Carlos Alcaraz has had a tougher draw than Djokovic. That is my opinion. He has had some shot makers on his way. Shapovalov in the 3rd round, Musetti in the 4th round. He dismissed both of them in straight sets, and now another shot maker in Stefan Tsitsipas in the quarterfinal. So For me, Carlos Alcaraz is still the man to defeat at French Open. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, see you next time. Peace.